So, like I said, my intention today is to share with you what I know to be true. And what I know to be true is that true love begins within. It begins within you. Because all too often we look outside of ourselves for validation or for someone to fill up our bucket and to make us feel worthy, or we look to them for permission. And I know this to be true because it happened to me. I started out as I was this young kid who didn't care. Like as a child, I had so much resilience, and I was the girl who went up to the boy in fifth grade and was like, "Hey, so and so said you like me. Is it true?" And he was at the water fountain and he looked at me. He stopped drinking and he said, "Nope, it's not true." And I said, "Oh, okay." And I turned around and walked away. And so I always thought of myself as being someone who was confident and who didn't look to that outside source for validation. And that was all up until my college relationship. And in my college relationship, my boyfriend's family, or two of the members of his family, were not very accepting of me at all. And no matter how hard I tried, or how nice I was, or all the things that I did, or how much I gave, they never seemed to be enough. And slowly but surely over the 5 years, I started, without even realizing it, my self-worth was taken away. And when I would show up to family events, I would be met with, "What is she doing here?" And it got so bad, and to the point that I didn't even have an identity anymore. I wasn't Sarah anymore. They had broken me down to just she. And by the end, when that relationship ended, I realized, oh my gosh, I am a shell of the person that I used to be. How did this happen? How did I get here? And I had to start rebuilding who that was, because I kept looking to them for their approval and for their love. Hey, Flora, honey, I see you. And I realized that it wasn't them that needed to fill me up, that I could fill myself up. And so after that relationship ended, when I got out of college, I did the work and the beautiful journey of rebuilding who I was, because I had lost all self-worth, all self-love. It had all just been slowly over those 5 years stripped away without me even realizing it. So I know this from personal experience, from the journey that I went through to rebuild myself and to learn how to create that love from within me. And I'm married now, and I'm going to be honest with you, in my marriage, when things get rough, or when life gets rough, it literally feels like you're in that middle of the tornado and it's swirling around you, and like the cows are flying by and debris is flying by you. But because I did that beginning work, when that shitstorm of life is going on, I am centered and I am strong, and I know that no matter what happens in my relationship with my husband, no matter what happens in my relationship with his family, with my family, no matter what happens in those relationships, that I am going to be strong and I am going to be centered. And I got there by putting in the work. And so that's what I want to share with you guys today is, one, how that no one else is your source, that you are the only source you ever need, and everything that you need already exists within you, that it's just a matter of tapping into that, okay? And the journey of loving yourself changes your life more than anything else in this world. It will knock your socks off in the greatest way ever, because it will give you that resilience and that peace of mind and that freedom to know that no matter what happens, you have that certainty, and you know that you are powerful. And so no matter what happens around you, you know you're going to be okay. And so how else that I know this is professionally as well. So what you probably don't know about me since we just met is, not only am I a relationship empowerment coach, but I also have 10 years of experience as a mental health therapist. And I work a lot with individuals and couples. And so I've used these same skills in my office, and I've seen the transformation that it's had on the people that I've worked with for over the last 10 years. So you guys are getting the double bang for your buck here. You get a relationship empowerment coach and a mental health therapist. So I hope you guys enjoy it. So what I always get asked right after I tell people that self-love is going to be the thing that changes your life more than anything else. As they say, okay, that's great. Yes, I want to learn how to love myself, but how do I do that? And so what I've come to find out personally and professionally is that there's 7 pillars that you put into place in order to create that foundation of self-love. And then throughout your journey, you practice those things and you make them stronger and you build them like any other muscle you would in your body, okay? And so once you have those in place, then it kind of just skyrockets you, or like roots of the tree. So the tree I was talking about in the tornado, so like if I'm in the middle of the tornado, before, my roots were kind of weak, right? So when that relationship came along and the wind started to blow me around, when they were starting to push and shove and, have emotional struggles for me, it knocked me over because my roots were weak. Well, what I'm going to share with you today is the ways to strengthen your roots to make them so strong that they dig down deep into the soil. And so that whatever winds of life and whatever storms are coming, it doesn't topple you over because your roots are so strong.